Alright, I don't even see the Steve or Greg in the chat room yet, so hopefully they're coming soon. Hopefully I haven't been had to set up a stream for no reason. Okay, I see Greg in the chat room now. That's a good start. So yeah, how's everybody doing out there? I see we got 5, 6 viewers, something like that. Did you guys watch the earlier stream we did with Gogolin doing the Joe Olson Steve Baroni game? I was watching a little bit of that before dinner. That Senate deck was kind of a surprise to see. So I always really like Dark Side Senate, so I was glad to see that. Haha, all right, Brenson's here too. Hey, hey. All right, so they are both here in the GEMP chat room. Hopefully they got their stuff all ready. We'll get you some Star Wars cards. I think Brenson gets to choose the light side, dark side. All right, looks like there's a table up. And looks like we'll be getting ready here soon. Steve is going to play light side, it looks like. Hopefully we see some... All right, here we go. Looks like it's going to be Legend versus Rops. All right, so we've seen that matchup before, but Rops is definitely the top dark side deck, so, and Legend is, up there. Light side has a lot of top choices, so we'll see. So we got Arrest Order, Establish Control. Endor Shield. And then we got Rebellions Are Built on Hope, Brave Resistance, and Walkling for light side. So yeah, Rops versus Legend. I haven't played a ton of Legend. I did build it recently. Haven't played it too much against Rops, but I feel like you can do okay. But I feel like Rops probably has the advantage here. Grabber Shield, Rescue in the Clouds from Steve. It's always nice to get those rescues in your starting hand. Greg uses Endor Shield to grab Piet. Probably you could grab Ozzel as well. So we got the starting location of Maz Castle. Once per turn, you can download another site. It's pretty nice and easy generation. So Greg got 5 activation. Usually you see just docking bay pull, Admiral Piet, pull a commander, pull Fondor, and pull a Raltier site, and that's usually kind of how things go on your first turn for ROPS these days. Alright, so there's the docking bay, the Piet, commander pull is Dasani. I got the Shaw got the opening hand domination. It's always good. You like to get that out to start. Get your retrieval engine going. Getting some echo. Alright, I'll look into that. See what could be causing it. Alright, let me know if that's any better. Hello, hello. Echo, echo. Okay, so Brentson uses Brave Resistance, puts a Rose back, and gets Ray with Lightsaber. Gets a location with the objective. Alright, gets the saddle out, uses that to pull Luke. Alright, so Shaw gets 11 activation on his second turn, gives him a total of 12. It's a pretty decent amount. Might see him try to flip this turn, depending on what he has in his hand. Uses Dasani to get the shuttle. Probably Emperor shuttle, Vader shuttle. Alright, 15 viewers. Thanks for watching, everybody. How y'all doing tonight? Got Greg Shaw, Steve Brentson, Game 1. A couple of spaceport sites. Third spaceport site. Alright, cool. Thanks, Yoshi. Glad to hear it. Yeah, and if anybody watched the one I did a few days ago, is this one a little bit more clear, less fuzzy, etc.? I went through and made some improvements in the quality adjustments. At least I thought I did. Sometimes I don't really know what I'm doing there. So we got Vinay. Brentson pulls Goldenrod to prevent some Blizzard 4 shenanigans. Lieutenant Commander Ardan. Yeah, we're going to see a flip here. You can use the docking bay to flip now. Drinking a apricot sour, so that's why I make that sour face. I don't think you can drink a sour without making the sour face. It's pretty tasty though. Alright, so yeah, so you docking bay transits over, flips, gets a card, etc. He'll draw a bunch of cards and get his hand all set up for the invasion that's about to happen. We know Brentson has a EPP Ray at the very least in his 11 card hand. Probably has that plus a lot more of other goodies to throw down at Ralter. So this game could start getting pretty exciting here, hopefully. I think that's a better spot for me to be. We'll see. See how many defensive shields get played. Alright, so Brentson is using his once per game control tunnel vision action from the legend objective. You can once per game you can take any card you want from the force pile, so that's why I kind of call it the control tunnel vision. Excuse me. Alright, Brentson deploys Jakku, and then uses the castle to get the hidden recess from reserve deck, and that's the one that lets you retrieve a weapon device in hand. It's the 1-0. Alright, and then he goes with EPP Ray to the spaceport docking bay. Alright, we'll see what else he comes to party with, besides just the EPP Ray. No evasion, like barrier, or anything like that from Shaw on that character, so we'll see. See what else Steve's got in hand. Chewbacca? Oh no, he's gonna use Brave Resistance and put a Chewbacca in use pile and go get somebody else. He gets Finn. Okay. So he's got Finn. Put back a Chewie though. Chewie could be good against if he gets a vehicle out, like a Blizzard 4 or a Blizzard 1 going. Shaw plays the Secret Plans, so in case Rey hits anybody with the lightsaber, have to pay to retrieve. Alright, so he's just going to battle with the Rey. I imagine he'll swing at Piet, because I guess he doesn't have code clearance out, so Dasani, and yeah, he's got forfeit 5, and then Piet is a 6, so yeah, you probably go for Piet. And he draws a 1. That's not a good start. So Brenson's got the 1 and the 1. Double 1s. That wouldn't even hit Dasani though, so you don't feel so bad. That's pretty unlucky. Yeah, that's a good call, Ming. I like that idea. But he didn't end up deploying Finn, so. Because, yeah, like you deploy Finn, and then you get the blaster proficiency, sorry, but the mess combo, shoot Piet, and then you kill a Dasani. It's like super blowout right there. But, yeah. I mean, Brenson's still going to do okay here, but now he's, without hitting Piet, he's going to have to draw, well, I mean, drawing to 5, that's going to just clear one dude. Yeah, it doesn't go super well for Steve. He wanted to hit, and then, because like you're just getting rid of one character. I mean, Dasani is pretty good to get off the table, but with his game text pulling all your ships for you, but it's still just one guy, and you can exchange him with like your objective or retrieve him back with domination later on. Yeah, he would have missed anyway, but I mean, the destinies might have been different had he shuffled the reserve deck for the blaster proficiency. He does put the AJR to get the Ray back into hand, so I guess sort of we didn't have that information that he had the AJR, so it's maybe not as bad of a play to just kind of throw the Ray down, get somebody off the table. You're hoping to clear the site, obviously, but still, even with the AJR, that didn't go as well as Brentson wanted it to. Perimeter scan. Gets a weapons display. Because, yeah, he had shield busted himself with the battle plan, but gets the quick and easy perimeter scan right afterwards, so that's nice. Goldfish. Wow. Alright, so now we'll see Gregory's turn. 18 force, not bad for turn 3 with the ROPS. I mean, he activated 16, had 2 saved, but he can definitely reinforce. He can go to space. You can use Tarkin's Bounty to take any one card he wants from his force pile. That's one thing he absolutely can do. Alright, so earlier today, We had Joe Olson and the Steve Baroni match, the second game. In case you guys missed it, I think we had Joe Olson advance on that one. So congrats to him. Spoiler alert. But yeah, thanks for watching all these OCS games. We kind of did this instead of Hollow Theater this week. We got a lot of these things going on, so it's kind of been taking up our planning time for that. So, but we still got lots of fun content for you guys coming up. Keep your eyeballs glued to the old Star Wars Twitch channel. And if you feel so inclined, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps us out and gets you some foils. So, who doesn't want foils, right? Alright, so Shaw plays Justice. Might have gotten that with his Tarkin's Bounty. It's a good card to get. Also gets the Virtual Imperial Decree. That will help him in a situation where he gets locked out of a Battle Destiny, like what could have potentially happened last turn. Alright, so Shaw's got 10 cards still in hand. Here comes the shuttle to Fondor. So he'll probably load that up with like Emperor, Tarkin, etc. And then he'll have a little space presence going on. Get some Force Drains in for free. All that good noise. So, you know, ROPS does have a lot of interesting things going on, and there's definitely some discussion about it being too strong. But it does at least, put a lot of battlegrounds out and fight at a lot of battlegrounds. So it's got that going for it. So definitely some things you can tweak. Maybe take away the swap text or, something like that. But there's ways to change it, fix it, make it more fair. But at least it does do a lot of fair things like battle and play battlegrounds and all that good noise. Alright, so there's Tarkin on the Vader shuttle, which has the other pilot on it, and then, or the permanent pilot, and then Ozzel on the Emperor shuttle with no Emperor on it. That's interesting. So, I guess he kind of spreads out and just says, you probably can't take me on at all these locations, at once. So, he's going to have to pick and choose. He might have some evasion in space or some reacts, that kind of noise, but interesting, for sure. Alright, so start of Lightside's turn 3. Rops has 5 battlegrounds occupied, and Lightside's got none. So we'll definitely hopefully see some action from Brenson. He did have that EPP Ray fight last turn, but we will see what he brings out this turn to play with. Maybe he'll go to space, try to clear out that Ozzel on the Emperor shuttle is like kind of almost looks like it's like too easy to beat up. Like there must be some sort of a trap coming, like with a reacting tie or some other nonsense. But definitely have to think about beating that one up if you can. Shaw's pretty familiar with Legend. He won the Continentals event, the Day 2 event with that Lightside deck, so maybe he kind of knows what what the game plan is with Rops against it, and he knows that if you spread out, it's hard for Legend to do its thing against you. But maybe he's got the extra gick, because Legend definitely seems like it has like sort of that beat down potential, where it wants to just go crazy with like that force projection battle. Oh, excuse me. All right, well, we got an EPP Ray again. Same card, same location. Brentson plays a Rebel Leadership to go take an Admiral or General into hand. Oy. Shaw grabs the Leadership. That card is a card that gets grabbed a lot, so not surprised. Pulls Vice Admiral Holdo into hand from reserve deck. She's definitely the new crazy card these days. Alright, so we got General Leia deployed for Brentson to the street. Shaw plays an Imperial Command to take an Admiral and General into hand from reserve deck. Brentson, okay, now Shaw takes Grand Admiral Thrawn Virtual. Brentson doesn't grab the command, so that's interesting. That card, I mean, we saw Leadership just get grabbed right there. Alright, so Solo also to the Spaceport Street with Leia. Okay, I think I can see sort of where he's going with this. He's going to battle with Rey against Piet, kill Piet, and then battle against Ardan and use Leia's text to retrieve the Leia, or the EPP Rey. It's pretty good. So then Greg uses the Imperial Decree, places it out of play to add a Destiny if unable to otherwise. That way he doesn't get completely blowed out here. I mean, Shaw probably has his Gick, but you never know. So I never checked what the cards on Justice were. Oh, shoot. Kyrkanos, Dark Time, and Mara Jade EPP. So Brentson hits the Piet. Oh, and then he's just going to play Sorry About the Mess to kill the Piet and not get his Rey killed. There you go. That's not a bad play there from Brentson. So then Shaw ends up wasting the Decree once per game and not even getting anything out of it. So then you get to retrieve one with Rey. So then he gets to retrieve the Sorry About the Mess. Not too shabby. To retrieve the sorry about the mess, retrieve the AJR for battling, killed Piet. I mean, he doesn't get to flip. Well, yeah, I guess he does get to flip him back this turn, as long as he clears the Ardan. Steve decides not to retrieve with that battle because it would be his last force that he has to use. So he doesn't want. He wants to be able to grab something or. Brentson uses the saddle to reduce his opponent's total power by 2 using the game text there. So he's got no power. He'll get Destiny and he'll be able to add 2 to it with the objective. And he does draw what if any looks for otherwise, Lieutenant Commander Ardan. So Shaw takes Darth Vader into hand with Van A, so he doesn't draw him for Destiny. And a 5 for Brentson. It's crazy good. He's going to have a total of 13 to Greg's, like, 0 power, and then whatever, so basically Destiny. So at most, he's going to have, like, at most will have, like, 7 or 8 if he draws a 6. And, yeah, if he draws, like, a 3 or a 4, that'll just be his power. Plus, you know, the 2 from Rops. So he draws a 3. So I think he's got a total of 5. 5 to 13. Ardan will cover for 3. So he covers for a total of 8. This be him and 5. So him and a Gick, or him and 5. Excuse me. Oh, he's going to redraw. Okay, so he redraws the, with Imperial Domination, redraws the Tarkin, and then he draws a Dark Collab. And then he gets the Prepared Defenses and adds 1 to his total Destiny there. So he gets up to, I think, 7. Oh, we got a Sense. He's going to sense the Prepared Defenses. That's crazy. But I guess he wants to make sure that his Destiny doesn't get above... yeah, because if it gets above 7, then he has to forfeit Leia. So that's just Solo. Interesting. Plays the Gick combo. See if we see a grab on the Gick. Maybe not. No, no grab on the Gick, so interesting. But that will flip the Rob's objective back. Moves Ray over. So now he's got Ray and Leia at the street. And then Gregory's going to have to see about flipping back. If he can get the Perfect's office out and cover up the street for a second, then he can maybe flip back. Gregory will get in a few drains, though. 2 at Jakku, 1 at Fondor, 1 on the ground. We got Jedi Lev, Qui-Gon, Chewie with Bowcaster. Brenson's losing some good cards off the top here. Gold Leader, Gold 1, Chewie with Bowcaster, Qui-Gon, and Jedi Lev. Those are some good cards to have lost off the top there, so definitely kind of sucks for Steve there. There's the office from hand. Alright, so now whoa, go away. Oh, interesting. I didn't know you could do Tarkin's Bounty more than once per game. That's pretty cool. So now he's got the Tarkin's Bounty on his Darkin and can start doing the extra stuff. So yeah, double Tarkin's Bounty in Gregory's deck. Interesting tech there. I kind of like that. Might steal it. Take it for my own. There's the Emperor. Not aboard his shuttle. That's weird. Usually we see him just aboard his shuttle these days, I feel like. Especially in ROPS. Alright, he gets the flip back, though, with Colonel David Joan and Thrawn and the Emperor. So, it's not bad. Alright, so Brentson uses Luke to take the Force projection into hand. Once per game. Or once per turn, sorry. Once per turn action. Alright, Greg puts Expand the Empire on the prefix office. So, what that trick does is expands your game text from this site and adds it to the other 2 sites. So you take the this stuff here, the power and forfeit +1 with your leader here, and you just stack it like everywhere. So like your Thrawn gets like power 7, so he gets +1 from there, +1 from there, +1 from there. His forfeit is +1, blah 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 blah. So it's kind of a cool, interesting way to get more bonuses on the ground. But it just kind of stacks with all the other crazy bonuses that ROPS already has with code clearance and Imperial Arrest Order and stuff like that. So it's a little crazy. It kind of seems to be one of the issues that people have with ROPS these days is the forfeit bonuses and how you can just stack all that stuff and never have to really lose too many cards in battle because they all have 11 forfeit or something. kind of crazy. So Greg only has 17 life force left, and Steve has 31 life force left. It's just because like Steve has literally put like the same ray twice down, the solo, the and the Leia, and the couple sites. But Greg's got all these effects. He's got Justice with 3 cards stacked on it. He's got 2 Tarkin's Bounties that he's played. Like, Greg's played a lot of cards, has the same number of cards in hand. So at this point, Greg's really going to have to use the resources that he has in hand very wisely. He doesn't want to get too low here. I mean, Brenson's got 31, and he's already down to 17 life force. So, I mean, you can retrieve with domination. You can retrieve, with a few other sources, but still definitely pretty early to be so low on life force. It's kind of what Rob's always does, though, is puts all of its stuff out and then hopes to just hold on through the rest of the game with the force drain negator and being able to add so much to your total destiny and to your forfeit with all your expand the empire and purely rest order code clearance tricks. Sorry about that. Mouse got a little out of control. I was trying to move myself and I ended up moving everything else. Yeah, that looks good. They're not chatting or anything, so you're not missing anything by not having the chat box. Stay out of the chat box. Stay out of the chat box. Brenson's gonna play a effective repairs combo to retrieve a starship, and he retrieves the gold leader in gold leader in gold 1 into hand. I said it. Shaw plays the sense shield since he got his prepared defenses since that last time. Alright, so there's Goldie Gold 1. Wonder why you go after Tarkin instead of after the Emperor shuttle. The Emperor is... I guess that's the Drain 2, so you maybe want to do that. You maybe want to go for the Drain 2 system. It's probably why he did that. Probably. I need to wake up or go to sleep. One or the other. Alright, so Brenson uses Brave Resistance, puts Vice Admiral Holdo in the used pile, and gets the Poe Dameron. He'll put Poe Dameron on Gold Leader and Gold 1. And there you see the efficiency of Brave Resistance. You just get to trade any character that you have in hand that you don't really want for a character in your reserve deck that you really do want. Poe Dameron's going to enable him to draw 2 destinies here, be immune to attrition less than 5. And that's really going to be bad for Shaw here. Barrier would be pretty key if you could barrier on Poe Dameron. So there's the battle. Since it's with a resistance character, you get to retrieve one with Leia, so he'll retrieve the effective repairs combo. So it's going to be one destiny for Shaw, but he is flipped, so he's going to be adding to it. Okay, and then yeah, Brentson goes for the. Yeah, here we go. So Brentson goes for the flip, plays Force Projection, places Luke out of play, and that's going to enable him to not lose anything here at space in this battle. And I guess he just decides to flip it. He doesn't play. He didn't play the Force Projection. Just does the exchange. So the backside, immediately place him out of play, and then you get to peek at the top card of your force pile, and reserve deck, place both cards on top of one of those piles. And let's see. So I guess Shaw took a card off Justice. Brentson draws the Hear Me Baby Hold Together for a 5. Shaw draws the Dark Collaboration. But then the Force Projection gets played here. Yeah. So just do Battle Destiny, Luke's out of play, draw a Destiny, subtract that amount from opponent's total Battle Destiny. So he's going to subtract the 6, which he tracked around from the AJR that he retrieved last turn, and subtracts 6 from that 5. So with the total Battle Destiny from Rops, I think he'll end up having a +3 or 2. So yeah, either way, it's not good for Shaw here. Yep, Brenson's immune, and Shaw has to get rid of Tarkin. But I guess just Tarkin. He's able to leave the boat there, so that helps. Moves the ship over to Raltier, which causes Greg to flip. Greg has to put a card back from hand into the use pile. Alright, so then Steve just moves his characters over in front of Thrawn, draws a view, flip the turn back over to Gregory. So Steve's got 29 still in reserve. Greg's got like 18 life force. Yeah. See what Greg can do if he wants to try to get flipped back again this turn. So we got some ping drains in for Greg. 1, 2, 3, 4 force total. So yeah, one here, and then oh yeah, so it's 5 total, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not too bad. All right, Gregory, what do you got, boy? 8 cards in hand, 16 force. Um, he's got the Ray to deal with, along with the Leia. Goes with the Star Destroyer binder. That's the makes the starships require +1 to move, and they can't go there as a react, or your ships can move there as a react. So it's kind of a cool. All right, so he puts the binder there. Goes with Piet, and now he floats back. Spent a lot of his force just to flip, though. So I'm not sure if he wants to battle with just Grand Admiral Thrawn against Leia and Rey. Okay, I take that back. He does want to battle with just Thrawn against Leia and Rey. Greg takes a card off Justice. He takes the Hyrcanos. Brentson hits Thrawn with the lightsaber. He'll be able to retrieve an EPPOB. Oh no, he won't. Doesn't have any force saved, so can't retrieve. That's a bummer. Greg's been tracking that dark collaboration around all these last 2-3 turns here. So I mean that's gonna bring. He's got 7 power plus the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 plus 7, 16. And then we'll see what Steve draws with. He's got 9 total power plus the 5. So pretty even. 14 to 16. He'll lose EPP. Well, I guess he's got 9 attrition, so he's gonna have. 9's a good number since it's more than just Leia by herself. So that's both characters. Alright, so that was pretty successful for Shaw, getting both those characters off the table there. As he knew he had that tracked 5 plus the 4 with Rops was going to get Leia and Rey off the table, because there's no way you do that play without clearing both those characters. Slurps up a pilot onto the binder, the Admiral Piet. So now he's got an Imperial up there, and then Imperials at the two sites, but he could easily be flipped back if Steve can go to those two Reltier sites that are unoccupied. Okay, and almost like you heard me, he was just moving some guys around. So Van A goes all the way over to the other side, so he's got three characters who can all draw Destiny on their own, occupying the three sites. So you're going to have to clear him off one and then go to the docking bay, which most of your characters cost more to deploy there. So that's a pretty good setup there for Gregory. Alright, so Steve activates just 6 of his total, but he's still got 17 in his force pile. Might be tracking something around at this point. So Steve uses the Maz Castle site to search and doesn't find anything. So I guess maybe he wasn't tracking anything there. Alright, so I guess Steve's just thinking about what he wants to do here. A little bit of a lull in the action. Just hit the 1 hour mark on this stream, so alright, Steve, what are you doing here? Let's see it. Profundity. All right, here we go. Lando. Lando is not a system. He's a man. So Lando against the Emperor. That's interesting. Wonder if there's going to be EPP Obi-Wan or something similar. Excuse me. You got the Profundity and the Gold Leader Gold 1 with Poe Dameron. So that's 13 power, 6 power for Lando. You gotta wonder if he's got something else. I mean, I figure you gotta have an EPP to kill the Emperor. Wow, he's just going to do that. 6 power versus 6 power. And I guess your immunity to attrition is limited to less than 5 only, so that makes a little more sense now that I remember the the immunity limitation there. But so it draws a 4. It's not what you want. You want a 5 so you can clear the Emperor. Interesting, Steve. Gregory draws a 2, but he'll make that a 6 with the reps objective. Oh, no, and he can redraw it with domination. Turns it into a 4. So then you add 4 to that, and that's an 8. Alright, and then Brentson makes that one get canceled and cause a redraw, and then it turns into a 6. And then so that's going to be a 10. So now that's 16 to his 10. So he's going to have to lose Lando. I mean, Lando covers, but the Emperor doesn't go away. And then Gregory wins a battle, gets to retrieve an Imperial. All that good noise. So that didn't go super well for Mr. Brentson. Alright, then Brentson uses his Walkling to retrieve the Lando after moving the Profundity and the Gold Leader and Gold 1 to Jakku to cancel the drain. Or not cancel the drain, but to make it impossible to drain. So drains of 1, 1, and 1. So now things are a lot more even in terms of life force. Gregory's got 18, Steve's got 19, and they both have a 9-card hand. So could be good for Greg at this point, since he's got his sights all controlled, locked down with good Imperials, and Steve doesn't have sort of any ground presence whatsoever. You just got to keep flipping Rops back though. He was doing really well at the beginning, but maybe he just ran out of. He's starting to run out of steam in terms of characters. Like it was a little surprising to see just lone Lando against that Emperor. Like if you have just lone Lando, why wouldn't you attack like David Jones or Van A? I guess maybe you just want to get the Emperor off the table because of the prefix office game text, but he's also, you know, the one that's immune less than 5, whereas those other guys are less immune. Alright, so Gregory decides to battle. Oh, nice. So he battled, she was going to react with the Finn, and then Gregory cancels the react with Gick combo. So no Finn, which means then you can't use the Finn and Poe interrupt. I think it's called. I'm getting kind of good at this to add extra destinies. But I mean, Shaw still had Imperial Justice pulls anyway, so got that destiny of 6. You're gonna add 5 to it now with the Rops objective. So yeah, so Shaw looking pretty good here at this point because he's gonna do some serious clearing in space with that 11 attrition. And then Steve draws a 2 for his 1 battle destiny. So they're gonna basically tie on power, but yeah, not good for Brenston there, honestly. With that 11 attrition, Greg's still gonna have to lose somebody, but it's just gonna be like an Ozzel. So he has Krennic and Ozzel. Yeah, he decides to lose Ozzel. And then Greg moves the the other shuttle over in front, the Vader shuttle in front of that, just to make sure he gets extra forfeit, extra power over there. All right, so that was a pretty good turn for Greg for sure. Now that he's got that 6 tracked, like he's gonna be hard to stop. All right, let's see what Brenson's got in store here. This is probably like his last real effort to try to get Rops sort of out of its position that it's in here of just taking the game over. If he can clear like 2 sites this turn, do 1 more flip back to Greg, then I think he can have a pretty good chance here. But I don't know. I don't know. Without knowing what's in his hand, it's going to be pretty interesting to see what he can come up with. You can like try to clear Van A out and David Jones back out, and then get your ship loaded up with something. Okay, so he's actually going to go over there, Ahsoka Tano to the Maz site with Rose. Rose doesn't key off of her, so no retrieval there. but it will key off of Finn. Ugh. Sorry, man, I keep yawning tonight. I don't know. I'm still woken up too early today. Thanks for joining me here tonight, guys. Appreciate the 14 viewers I see on my side. In case you missed it, we have you can go back in our videos. There's a game earlier today from Joe Olson, Steve Baroni. Um, Joe Olson was the one who advanced there. We have more games this week. The OCS playoffs are really heating up, so keep your eyes on the Twitch channel and stay in touch with all the latest updates. If you like foils, make sure to subscribe to the PC channel. We have that foil program where you get a free foil for subscribing once, and then more foils as you go along. So keep up the subscriptions if you can. So Steve plays a Rescue in the Clouds, plays a See You Around Kid. So I don't know. This doesn't look good for Steve. This looks like I'm going to try to get some drains in and keep it close kind of play. Because now Shaw's going to plow him for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage on drains alone. And then probably doesn't have any space left to go kick the gold leader around. But like those drains alone, Steve's only got 17 life force left. He's got 9 cards in hand, but uses the Finn to take the Sorry About the Mess combo into hand from reserve deck. He might just pitch that to a 4 strain at this point. Yeah, there it goes. Loses an AJR from hand, and he's still got 4 drains to go here. Yeah, looking pretty tough here for Steve at this point. This is what Rops does, man. Like, it just takes over, and you can't do anything against it. Greg doesn't even have code clearance, so it's just crushing it. Rops is too strong. EPP Mara Jade comes down to fight this stack of characters. Alright, so the lone EPP Mara with the +5 to her total battle destiny is going to start fighting. Goes for Finn. Finn's going to get hit. Okay, so Finn's forfeit didn't get reduced because of the first aid. Odin Nestlor combo. Oh, and Shaw's got the sniper dark strike. I was kind of wondering why he went for Finn there instead of Rose or Ahsoka, but that makes sense. Interesting to see sniper dark strike in a ROPS list though, because you only really have the like one lightsaber with Mara Jade. I guess you can run EPP Vader, but don't really have too many other weapons. So Shaw drew a 0 for Battle Destiny because of the Ahsoka Tano game text. Interesting little turn there. So guess to lose Ahsoka, but keeps Rose out, so in case he can get some retrieval in with her. But um, I don't know, man. If Greg would have just drawn anything but that Grand Inquisitor, I don't know why he wasn't able to redraw it with um, Imperial Domination. I might have missed something there. Or is that something that Ahsoka Tano does? No. Alright, so Brenson initiates a 4-string with Rose, uses I think I can handle myself to add 1 to the drain. Alright, at this point it's not going to get grabbed. Get it out of your hand. He's going to end up draining for 2 and 1. Burp. There's that Lando he retrieved earlier. Or possibly a second Lando. He's going to try his trick against the Emperor. I guess he did just look at his reserve deck, so I'm guessing he knows he's got it good. Oh, and then there's a Jin Erso. That'll cancel 1 drain. So, Lando battles. It's a 5, so that'll clear the Emperor. Oh, he's got the Dark Time, so it's not a 5, so it doesn't clear the Emperor. Oh, man. If this wasn't match play, he would probably just concede here. But since it's match play, we'll see some whittling down, but that's pretty fucking... Oh, he did just concede. Okay. So yeah. Greg's going to get a win by 17. Yeah, I don't know how that works myself, as Greg is asking in the chat. He's asking how the concede, since Brenson hit the concede button. So yeah, they're asking how the concede would work. So in this particular battle, um, Greg would get to retrieve a force. I don't know, I guess we just have to sort of figure out what. Come on, Brenson. Why did you just concede? Oh man. Yeah, so what else could he have gotten back, guys? Let's help him figure out what the differential should be. He would have gotten one back with domination. Is there any other retrieval he could have done? Um, but then like yeah, like I don't know how he couldn't draw up. Yeah, Greg will definitely. They both share their replays, but like I don't know, because Greg could do some things to retrieve forces, or maybe this just means that Steve has to concede the whole match. I mean, I don't want to be the person to put that on him, but he did kind of goof this up. Okay, so I'm not sure exactly what the differential is going to be here, but it's all right, Steve. I understand. You get in a situation where you just want to concede the game, but yeah, since it's a match play thing, we have to figure out what Greg, sort of total win could have been by, um, and that's above my pay grade for sure. So we'll have the replay links. We'll have, I'm sure the people in the tournament committee will take a look at it as a train goes by my house and makes it really hard for you guys to hear me, probably. Um, but yeah, we'll get some sort of resolution to this game, and we'll post it on the OCS section of the forums and all that. But Greg will win this one for sure. The amount will be at least 17, probably 18 or something more along those lines. But thanks for joining me tonight. I do have sort of some things to get to, so I got to sign out. But yeah, thanks for joining me tonight, and we'll see you for the next game. Adios.